The first of all, what is an adjective clause? It is a dependent clause that modifies a noun or pronoun in a sentence by providing additional information about it. And in simple terms, you combine two sentences into one by using an adjective clause. And these sentences uses relative pronouns as connectors. We have two different ways to make an adjective clause. The first one is using a noun plus a relative pronoun plus a subject and plus a verb. Then we have noun plus relative pronoun plus verb. And we can choose either of these two formulas to make a clause and complete our sentences. According to the relative pronouns, we have 8, and each one can be used for different purposes. The first one is who, which we use it for people as subjects. An example is my friend who missed the lecture borrowed Sam's notes to review. Then we have whom, which we use it for people as objects. An example says the candidate whom many people admire won by a landslide. Then we have whose, which indicates possession. For example, I admire Professor Brooks, whose books were stolen. And the number 4 is that, which we use for people, places, and things, and introduces information necessary to explain a noun. For example, the man that I met on the bus today works at the World Bank. The number 5 is which, and we use it for places, things, and introduces extra information about an already specific noun. For example, my new car, which was a gift for my son, needs very little gas. Then we have the number 6, that is when, and we use it to replace on which. For example, July 25 when I left home was for me. Then the number 7 is where, and we use it to replace in which. For example, I have always wanted to visit the big house where Julio lives, and I have to mention that when and where can only replace on which and in which, but they cannot replace just which. And the last one is the number 8, why, that usually introduces a noun clause. For example, I don't know why my cousin ran away. We can divide the adjective clauses into that are essential and non-essential. As the essential adjective clause is a clause that is necessary for the sentence to make sense. For example, the woman who is wearing a red dress is my mother, and in this case we have to specify which of all the women is my mother. So we have to mention that she's who is wearing a red dress. And on the other side, we have the non-essential adjective clauses. That is a clause that is not necessary for the sentence to make sense. For example, the book which my friend recommended is mine. We could just say the book is mine. And the activity to see if we understood the topic is just combine the following sentences into one using an adjective clause. And we have 6 sentences, each one with 2 clauses.